Alright, I'm gonna get right into it. This is the pros and cons of flooding DonutSMP. As you can see, we got Dr. Donut over here and then some other educational pictures. Now, if you're asking what is DonutSMP, DonutSMP is a massive Minecraft survival server. Bro, I really gotta read all this shit, bro. You know, okay, if you clicked on this, you probably know what DonutSMP is. Basically, this shit player driven, which means items are bought and sold through the auction house instead of like other shit where you can just buy it from the server. Like he removed slash shop, which used to let you just buy items from the server, and he removed that shit. So basically, what this is saying is because thousands of players are constantly collecting and selling a bunch of shit, the prices of items change over time. You know what I mean? This is important because we are about to flood the entire thing. We got Dr. Donut right here, and yeah. Now, why are people flooding DonutSMP? As you see, this dude, this grown ass man, he's flooding DonutSMP. This dude, your cinematic shit, Dr. Donut, he looking at the big flood wall. Team flood, flooding. Oh, day 11 of flooding DonutSMP Telegram Media. You get the point, right? People are flooding the server and shit. You probably seen clips on it on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, whatever you want. They're flooding that shit. Now, why are people flooding DonutSMP? People have started building massive water flooding machines across this shit. As I just said, why do I have to say all this shit? Yeah, I'm gonna just give you my own thoughts instead of reading this shit. They started this shit to kind of protest, like, hey, why'd you remove slash shop? Why'd you remove spawners? Blah, blah, blah. Right? And they were like, all right, we're finna flood this shit. Like, it'd be funny to flood this, like, to protest, get back at Dr. Donut. But what it's turned into in the past few weeks is just, like, thousands of people joining and just flooding that shit for fun. And people like to flood because flooding versus draining, like, flooding is more fun. It doesn't mean it's, like, better to do. But when you flood, you get an actual tangible result. You have a big ass flood wall that you can see. And when you're draining shit, you know, you drain all the flood and shit, you know, blah, blah, blah. It's basically just really boring. Like, you see a big ass flood wall and then you use a drainer and then it's just like normal. You know, it's not, you don't really get a tangible result. I mean, the water's gone, but, you know, you just draining shit. And people don't like Dr. Donut. Like, I see clips, bro, of Dr. Donut just murking random people who just joined the server, bro. Like, for what? Like, it's Minecraft. It's not that deep, but, like, I would probably be flooding if I was on this shit more. Wait, okay, I take that back. I might be I would not participate in this shit, frankly, but like whenever I RTP, 50% of the time I'm seeing a big ass flood wall. But now with all these people joining, like you got Jinxie on this shit, you got that fat dude on this shit, what's his name, Steak. And now people are trying to make a bunch of different teams. Like they're trying to make team Obsidian, Ice, Lava, TNT, and they're just blowing shit up. Basically, this is a quick overview of the teams. We got Team Flooders. They trying to flood the whole server. You know, they're the main ones. You got Team Drainers. It's like the Team Flooders Ops. You know, you got Dr. Donut in this shit. You got, I don't even know, bro. All these people who was like draining is not flooding because all the big fools is on the flooding team. You know, you got bigger influence on this flooding rather than the Drainers. And Team Ice, Team Lava, Team Obsidian, all bullshit. They're just happy to be here. They just want to be a part of it, you know. I don't know why this is like the Star of David. I thought it was a sponge. Oh, it is. It's like geometrical. And Team Obsidian, I don't know how the fuck they're gonna flood with a Obsidian. I don't even know how you make that shit, bro. And then Team Ice, Team Lava, bro. Come on, bro. Oh shit. All right. How has the flooding affected the GDP of the server? This shit crazy. Oh yeah. This is the source, by the way. It's that one side with the auction value. Like it tells you the prices of all of it. Basically, this is before the flood. I captured this shit like a couple days ago before I made this. As you can see, the sea pickle. Yo, this cannot be accurate, bro. 120k for totem of undying, bro. Ignore this shit. This is before the flooding. You got sea pickle at 77. Redstone dust. Okay, yo, what? Okay, redstone dust at 477. Hoppers at 3.6. End crystals at 6. All right. Now we're gonna see after the flood. This is the direct result of the flood. You got sea pickles, right? This, I feel like it kind of correlates, you know. This shit up 352%. So, you know, start making sea pickle farms. Capitalize on this. For some, redstone is up too. Hoppers is up. Crystals is down because it's like, I don't think you can crystal in the water, you know? This is just fake, bro. Ignore it. I don't know what's up with the charts. And then, yeah, netherite actually has dropped. Same with elytras too. I don't know why. Alright, so the pros of this shit is really just, as I said earlier, it's much more rewarding than draining since players can see a tangible result, you know? Like, you flood some, you can see all the water. You're like, damn, I did that. When you drain, it's like, damn. And then this is my personal favorite of the flooding. It can hide bases easier. Like ever since this whole flooding shit has been going on, I've been able to hide my base for like a week, and it's not rated, and it's not at like Y level, like -50 something. Like I just built it a few blocks under the water because nobody's going in these big water walls for long. You just gotta stay crouched so they can't see your name. Maybe go a little further down, but this is a new meta right now. And then of course we got like, Jinxie, Stake, all of them. We got bigger creators giving exposure to the server. That's good. And then entertainment content. That's kind of what it's turned into recently. It's less about like the flooding. I'd say it's like 40% about the flooding, like 60% content. I just see Dr. Donut going to the flooders and just blowing them up with crystals and shit. We got sewer moose. And then the cons. It slows down the border expansion. And I guess I'm going to explain this. So Dr. Donut, a while back, he said that he was going to expand the border, or that he wanted to. He wanted to make it really big, so people could get their base rated in more time. There's going to be a lot more resources. Like, there's going to be more end cities. He was saying something about, like, some infinite border or some shit in the end. But basically, like, elytras would go down a lot. A lot of the resources, everything would be cheaper because there's just more shit, just like real life. But it's not actually helping, right? Dr. Donut, he wants to expand that shit. And when we flood in, if he really cares, bro, this is like 50-50. I'm speculating because I don't know if this shit's scripted or it's real now. He's just playing into it. But if he really cares about this, he's probably spending more time making shit to counter the flooding, like the lag on the server. Like, I know that shit does lag the server if you got like a potato PC. Not even potato, bro. Like, if you don't got like some crazy specs, like, you're going to be lagging a little. You're going to feel it. Gets to the second point, it lags the server. You making hella water and shit. If you got a big ass flooder, bro, like, that whole area is gonna be cooked. Dr. Donut does not like it. It's subjective. A lot of y'all don't care. So it's not really subjective that he doesn't like it, but like, if you care if he likes it or not, that could be a con for you. That's like 50-50. And then if the server fully floods, it would just be a mess. Like, there's gonna be no overworld. I bet a lot of people will still play. Like, there's a big ass player base, but like, new people joining the server, especially these like bedrock fools, bro, they're gonna spawn. I don't even know where they're going to spawn. They're going to spawn in the air bubbles, like in the water, like under a tree. They're going to be in a little air bubble. They're going to swim all the way up to the max height limit and then just be like fucking confused, bro. Like, they're not going to know what to do. Let's get to the point now. Is flooding DonutSMP worth it? Realistically, flooding DonutSMP is probably a terrible idea. Like, it makes traveling annoying, destroys builds, tanks performance, blah, blah, blah. ChatGPT has fucking script. And wastes a bunch of time for people if you think of it as a waste of time. You could be like, oh, this is fun, look, I'm flooding, oh, I'm draining. It makes a lot of content, which is kind of like a pro and a con, because like, some people don't really fuck with it. But bottom line, from a logical standpoint, it's not worth it. But from a historical standpoint, you gotta keep flooding, bro. It just adds history and shit. It adds lore to the server. But that's only if you fuck with it. I'm not saying drain or flood. I'm a third party neutral third party. And then I'm gonna click again. It does a little spin. And yeah, that's basically my whole take on this. Subscribe and shit.